The Open Task Podcast has returned. We're back. Joe Carlos, my man, representing for the A. I see you, brother.
I bought this in 2015.
I know you did.
And it was at the Macy's at at Cumberland. And I remember I went one time and it was on sale for like $40. I'm like, man, I ain't paying no $40. And I was like, man, that was $40. I was driving away like, that was $40. I was like, if it's there and I come back, I'm gonna get it. I came back, it was back up to 80. And I was very upset. Like 2 days later, it was back up to 80, but it was still there. And so I bought it.
Okay.
And I remember I went on a college night and I bought I took a bunch of kids from Morehouse, bought 20 tickets. And like 15 of the guys came. We were way up in like the 500s at Turner. We were so high up at Turner. But I wore this jacket.
It's probably the best time ever.
It was awesome. I proudly worn this jacket, and it came. They don't make this anymore.
Oh, yeah.
They don't make this one.
Oh yeah.
So I think what I might do is get a World Series patch and put it on the back.
That's
you know what I mean.
That's a
truly proprietary.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. I need to look up World Series patch. I'm like, I want World Series logo.
Right. The one you wear on the uniform, right? Right.
Yeah. That's the one I want. I'm gonna put it red.
Of course. Because so I want you guys to know.
Sewn in.
I want you guys to know one thing about Joe Carlos, man. First of all, like Joe Carlos originated UniWatch. Like UniWatch is a Joe Carlos thing. For real. Like I'd never forget, like one of the first ones we talked about was the Cincinnati Bengals helmets. Do you remember this conversation? Like of how perfect.
It's a beautiful helmet.
Yeah.
It's actually perfect. What helmet? I mean, you get me going here. What helmet better crystallizes or perfectly defines who the team is?
Right.
Think about that in the league. 32 helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else's helmet is better.
Yeah, you look at that and you say
they
are the Bengals. They're
the Bengals. And people say, "Oh, I love the Cowboys helmet." No, it's nice, but the star, you got to explain what that is.
Any number
of things.
It
can be any number of things. Yes, it can be any number of things. The stars at night, big and bright. It can be the star on the sheriff, the star from the sheriff's wearing. Green Bay is just a G. It's a big now. I'm not beautiful design.
Sure,
no question. And I've come to love the Browns helmet. And I, as a kid, it was so boring. But I've come to love the simplicity and the beauty of it. But the perfect helmet to define the mascot of your team is the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Now the uniforms, but the helmet. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Indeed.
Absolutely amazing. I still feel that way. Shut up. I am, but in the NBA, it's kind of tough. Most of those things have nothing to do with any. I think the teams that do it best when those city edition, not that you asked, those city edition jerseys, Miami, I think they usually have Miami and usually Philly have some of the best stuff that truly captures the essence of where they're from. Now, I'm not saying other cities don't show up like like last year's Atlanta one.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Best in class.
MLK.
Perfect. Best in class.
Yeah.
Dallas has never gotten it right, I feel, sadly. But I have bought all of the stuff for this year's.
Of course you have.
I have the shorts. I have the special edition championship T-shirt that they only built for Cuban links. Only built for the champions. But Atlanta last year was great. This year I'm like,
it's too much.
What happened?
Too much. I agree.
Like 9 different things. But I liked the old hawk that held the ball.
The old Steve Smith era, Mutombo era.
The ball. Yeah, it was like it's almost Egyptian-like.
Yeah.
With the wings out the way they were.
Like an Egyptian vulture.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
How that worked out. But
there's
Woogie.
Well, and I say that there's Woogie. I say that because I know that you do not abide by anything that is remotely counterfeit, anything that remotely resembles something.
Gosh.
Like if it's a knockoff throwback, like nothing annoys you more than the knockoff throwback.
I don't understand why you pay $200. I don't understand why you have the money. And you buy that, and then you're perfectly fine with it. In fact, the last time I saw you, I believe we were at a game. You had gone to
Lid's
locker room, and you bought an authentic 25th anniversary or 20th anniversary actually, or 30th anniversary. The Deion Sanders, it was 20th anniversary. Deion Sanders 21 black with the patch. Home jersey.
Yeah.
And you and I both know at Mercedes-Benz, there were no less than 300 to 400 people there with fake iterations of what you were wearing. Oddly colored numbers, things. I hate it when it's like a tiny number. You know what I really hate? You know, I might say this. What I really hate is when they make a jersey that never happened. So when they create and I've talked to you about this, you know, I just because my nerves, right?
Yeah.
Don't make a 21 Sanders jersey for the Cowboys with the 75th year patch.
Right, because he wasn't on the team that year.
Why would I say that? Yeah. Why would Joseph say that? Because he wasn't on the team. Don't make a Dak Prescott version of the 94 throwbacks. Don't do that. Now teams kind of incorporated it. You know, I wish they'd kind of done it for the 100-year, but now the throwback is kind of incorporated in everything now. I always thought Washington and San Francisco had like the best. Without question. I thought theirs were just absolutely beautiful. But I think other teams have gotten it right over time. But in '94, I'm talking about in '94.
Oh yeah, the year when everybody had theirs.
When everybody had. I thought the Washington ones were so beautiful and so clean, and San Francisco's. I mean, you couldn't beat it. But I've seen ugly fake iterations of the San Francisco jersey. I'm like, what are you doing? Why? I don't understand. Like, if you had the money to buy this fake one, you could have bought a real one.
Right.
And I understand in '94, it's harder. What do you got? You got Champs, you got World Foot Locker, and you got East Bay. I sound like a really old man now. eBay, you got eBay.
You got your eBay. Hey, your Internet Explorers.
Internet Explorer. Wow.
Your Netscape.
You know, when you said Internet Explorer, my half of my head went to the computer lab, the AT&T lab. See, there's two labs. There's two labs at Morehouse.
Yes.
There's two labs at Morehouse. You know, when I was at Howard, we had word processing labs.
You heard the printers.
Dot matrix. I had a dot matrix in my room. I had a spool of paper that my dad got me from Comp USA. It was a box. I don't know why I'm doing this. Like I'm holding the box. It was like a 30-pound box of paper rolled up on my Minolta. I got a quiet mode.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
Only from the mind of Minolta. The last paper on the last day was my last piece of paper.
Wow.
Literally my last piece of paper.
Wow.
But the
How
thing
symbolic.
was, I had this game called Front Page Sports Football.
Yeah, the football.
Oh, just amazing game.
Yeah.
And we print out our stats.
The
hardest guys in Drew Hall would come to my room and be worried about printing out their stats for the season we were playing. The hardest guys, the toughest guys in Drew Hall. We all played Front Page Sports football. You couldn't play head to head. It was like you're playing against a computer.
Yeah. Hey man.
But I had to turn. I had a 386, so I had to turn a lot of the features off.
Oh,
so it would go fast.
386, eh? Hey, look at you with the Pentium inside, man.
The 46 was, it's real fast. So I'm sorry.
The Pentium.
It's a nostalgic. It's a nostalgic story.
Hey man, we're for a certain breed of people, man. And if you don't get it, you just don't get it. That's fine.
We're talking 90s, baby. We're talking 90s, though.
Yeah.
90s. When TV went off at a certain time.
Yeah.
We had the box.
Yeah.
You
could order your favorite Bow Wow video.
Exactly. When you go see a movie at CNN Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Greenbrier, you could see Greenbrier was popping.
Yeah.
When you go see a movie at Lennox. At North Lake. Or North DeKalb. Excuse me, I'm at North DeKalb.
Go to South Lake Mall. South Lake Mall.
South DeKalb. All the homes. And then all the homes.
Perry Herner homes. All the homes.
All the homes.
Adamville, Pool Creek. Shit, just don't sleep in the dirty South.
Yeah. In the dirty South. It doesn't.
Hey. Them dirty red
Now
dogs.
who else? Now who else won with Hollywood Court? I had a friend named Cahill Cole who really believed they said Hollywood Cole. And he took his shirt off and was screaming like, "Who else wanna fuck with Hollywood Cole?"
I've heard so many legendary stories about Cahill Cole, and
he is masterful. He is a masterful man.
I could get Malachi talking about him.
Now. I think he's a deacon now.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
But he's a masterful man, Cahill Cole.
Of course he is. So, Brother Joe, we're gonna go back to, speaking of the 90s, we're gonna go back to 1998. I think it was July 14th of 1998.
I'm sure you know it was July 14th.
No, I'm going off the dome here. I got
where were you summer 98? What were you doing freshman summer?
I was working at Rack Room Shoes at Cumberland Mall.
Boy.
I was working at Rack Room Shoes.
I was in summer school at Morehouse and working at Mix Athletics. And I lived on Sylvan Ridge. I lived on Sylvan Ridge with my boy Puerto Rican Rob.
Puerto Rican Rob. Shout out to Puerto Rican Rob.
Yeah, shout out to Puerto Rican Rob. Robbie Friends. No one called him ever me. I just thought he was like from Puerto Rico.
That's incredible. As only you can, Joe.
That means.
As only you can, Joe. We had a mix at Cumberland too. I would occasionally so there was
it was a fine mix. It was a nice mix.
Yeah.
Nice.
So most days I had lunch at Chick-fil-A or
I see the food court right now. Close by. I see that food court.
Yeah. But I'd met a young lady that worked at the Riches. The Riches was still active, and so every now and again, I'd save a paycheck or two, and go to the mix, go to the mix. Nothing became of that. She went to Georgia State. It was Hey now.
I've been binging Larry Sanders.
I've been binging The Wire, and of course Omar's version.
How deep are you?
Episode 7 of season 3. I got Nina to watch it. I got Nina.
She never watched it?
No, man, she had never watched it. But
how far are y'all doing it together?
I'm behind Nina. Nina's on season 4, and she's like, as an educator, I love it. But what's wrong with Duke?
Oh, I do want to talk about. Yeah. Oh, she's in 4. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh God. I just thought about. It like it's some difficult days ahead.
Yeah. It's some roughness coming. Yeah.
The roughness. I was. Lord, just thought about that now. I started Gilded Age, HBO. My wife and I started Gilded Age on HBO. Mm-hmm. Very interesting thing about 1882. Supposed to be the prequel to Downton. So my main man Julian Fellows. It's got some rough reviews, but I'm enjoying it. I'm sticking through. Also, I'm caught up on Abbott Elementary. All 5 episodes. I've been watching on Hulu. Okay. It's interesting. An interesting take on modern day education. Okay. So I just want to give them a shout out. Gilded Age. And Billions. Billions.
Okay. Yeah. Billions.
I was being very hypercritical, but I forgot they got some good writers.
Okay.
And when great actors are there, at least the first episode was strong.
Yeah.
Also, without Bobby, it's kind of weird, but the first episode was strong.
Yeah.
And as long as Wags is there, we're good. I do think Chuck needs facial hair because he's getting very jowly. It's hard to believe Maggie Siff would have ever found that man attractive.
Fair enough.
It's hard to believe that she ever would have found that man attractive. So it's really weird. She's making ice cream. He's upstate New York. It's some strange suffering New York or something like that. It's really weird, really weird. But I just wanted to give those shouts out. Back to 98 July.
Hold on. Let me give it because you reminded me of something. I definitely need to give a quick shout out to my friend Tiffany Burgess. Had a wonderful guest starring role on the Wonder Years. One of my favorite friends from Howard University. All right, she'll kill me. She'll kill me. Hampton University. I was just talking about this. She'll kill me. She's gonna kill me. But nonetheless, Hampton University's own Tiffany Burgess. Also, she's an author, published author. Skin Like Mine. She's done a independent film called Flipped. She's getting her work out there, man, and I'm proud of her, man. I met her in a summer program.
What was she doing on Wonder Years? I mean,
she was selling wares at a department store. as it were. Okay. Yeah, as it were. It's a pure guest starring role. You know what I mean? Like she's just there of a bit role.
I'm here for it.
You know, but she's doing her thing, man. She's doing her thing. So I'm proud of her. Nashville's own Tiffany Burgess. Proud of her. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, okay.
Hampton University.
Yes.
Congratulations, Hampton University.
Yes. Hampton University.
Our home by the sea.
Our home by the sea.
Yes.
Anyway, all right. So got that. All right. So I wanted to make sure I said that. And then shout out to my buddy Jimmy. I trade my Pokemon with Jimmy. We worked out some good trades for some version exclusives that nobody else cares about but me and Jimmy. But Jimmy subscribed to us today because I told him we were recording, and that's why I couldn't trade tonight. So
okay,
Jimmy's moving to your hometown Dallas here pretty soon. So
yeah. Okay. Is he a
he and his partner Taylor?
As well?
No.
Okay.
No. But Jimmy and Taylor, we're gonna miss you guys. He's moving to greener pastures, as it were. Greener pastures in Dallas.
Enjoy.
All right. So
watch out for the high ones.
July 15th, 1998.
July 15th.
I was off all doing. You were probably in the throes of
Well, school I think it just kind of ended. Like classes kind of ended. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But working at Mix Analytics.
I was working Mix Analytics, bro. That was Lewinsky.
Hey man. Look, Mix
heavy Lewinsky that summer.
Mix, I'm telling you, Mix was my favorite restaurant in Atlanta, man. It really was. Like I had multiple birthday parties, multiple birthday dinners. Nina and Shay had birthday dinners at Mix. Lots of Smith family celebrations at all the Peachtree, across from Justin's, the one yours, Cumberland, the one on downtown, like Andrew Young, like over there. Just
I forgot about that one. I ate there before Super Bowl 33. I ate there before Super Bowl 33 with that one. Also, and before the black and white party my senior year.
The black and white
house.
Party.
We supped at that Mix. But I also worked at the one across from Crawford Long.
Ooh.
Summer '99, I worked at the one across from Crawford Long. And then I just stopped going in. Just one day, Antoine came back with a car, and I stopped coming in. Like,
no call, no show. All right, peace to the gods.
No call, no show. Peace to the gods there.
I love it. All right. So yeah, and I was at Rack Room. I was the whole thing on Atlanta where people would like put their old shoes in a shoebox and walk out with the new shoes. That definitely would happen a lot at Rack Room.
A lot of shrinkage.
A lot of shrinkage. A lot of, and shout out to my manager Aubrey and Brian and my man Gino and all those guys there, and my favorite coworker of all, my best friend now, sister Patrice. Love her. She's got a boutique in Brooklyn, and then also in Senegal. She's international. She's everywhere.
Okay.
So and has a Senegalese restaurant in Brooklyn as well. Just doing her thing, man. She's amazing. So anyway,
nice.
That was where we were, and I saw this in the theater that summer. I don't know how. Maybe with my friend Crystal Webb. I'm not really sure exactly who I saw it with, but I know I did see this in the theater. Peter and Bobby Farrelly were the directors of just the funniest movie I had seen in quite a while. There's Something About Mary. Joe.
I saw it summer '99, Blockbuster night.
Okay.
I was staying between, I
got you.
I was shacking, and I was staying at Post Renaissance off of Ralph McGill.
Good old Post Renaissance.
Right, and if you rented it on a certain day, you got the little dog. They had a dog. A toy. The dog was all wrapped up in tape, like in the movie. So I had the dog. I remember that specifically. I had I had the dog and rented it there and enjoyed it tremendously. But I watched it in summer '99, which is a great summer of movies as well. So I didn't see it until it was on I'm gonna say tape. I watched it.
Okay. Yeah. This is definitely like right on the cusp of DVD. right on the cusp.
Yeah, the next summer would have been more DVDs, but yeah, it was definitely tape.
Yeah, for sure. Had you, so when you rented it, had you heard like a build?
I didn't know anything about it. I saw the pictures.
Okay.
I saw the pictures, like the hair, but I didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
I mean, and to be perfectly honest, among my immediate group of friends, if you think about it, the guys in Maroon Tiger, this really kind of would have been up our alley.
Yeah.
We were anywhere between a little Elliott Smith, a little Star Wars, a little Enemy of the State, a little Varsity Blues. It would have been within the milieu, and a little Wes Anderson, Rushmore, but we didn't, and Sopranos, we didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
So I for some reason it never came up. But it seems like a kind of movie that, looking back, like that someone would have said something about it, and then we would have gone. Yeah. I think it just fell in a weird time.
Yeah, it did.
We weren't around each other. Like if it had come out in the school year, I probably would have gone to see, oh, they would have gotten passes.
I think that stuff was kind of just forming too. Like, I mean, like I after my freshman year, I think I knew Antoy, I think I got introduced to you like right after that, like that fall.
Okay.
So I didn't even know you then. Oddly enough, it feels weird to even say that.
Well, I know who you were. I know who you were.
I know who you may. You may not know who we are.
You may know who we know
who you are. That is hilarious, Joe. That is hilarious. All right, so all right. So for me, like, I mean, I had season tickets to Ben Stiller. I was one of probably 35 people that watched the Ben Stiller show on Fox.
Yeah, you were,
and enjoyed it. I also had season tickets to Chris Elliott. And really,
you
like,
love Chris Elliott.
Get a life. I do. I love Chris Elliott. I do love Chris Elliott. I love Chris Elliott. And who I really didn't have season tickets to. Well, I guess I'll talk about her later. But I wasn't a big Cameron Diaz fan at this time.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I'm a big Marky Post fan. So when I saw Marky Post from Night Court, I talked about Night Court today for some reason for like 3 minutes in a meeting, and I got deadpan responses back from everybody but my boss, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Night Court was amazing." And we were like, "Why isn't it on in syndication?" I'm wondering who owns Night Court. Whoever must own it. Remember, it used to be on Nick at Night.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's weird. Like Night Court is not. I need to check.
It's not Amazon. On Peacock or anything.
I need to just check, see if it's buried deep.
Okay.
Just because it was an NBC show does not necessarily. You don't even know who owns these things, man.
That's true.
Like Amazon's got a bunch of it. It might be on Paramount. I've got all of them, so I need to check to see where Night Court is. I could be just like, oh, it's right here. What are you talking about? I've talked about it. It can show up on my phone, so that's good.
I got you.
But yeah, I understand. So you were into Stiller, definitely into Stiller,
into Chris Elliott,
and of course Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know who was surprisingly very good in it? Well, not surprisingly, was Dylan, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I wasn't. I only watched it because you got a puppy. Like I only rented it
because you got.
I want to be abundantly clear here. Like when I tell you this is a movie, seriously, if you would, I mean, we're at HBCU. Like we're at HBCU. Like no, we weren't really talking about something about Mary. I mean, we weren't.
Yeah. You're right.
So I watched this. I rented this the same summer. Like The Wood came out.
Okay.
You know, and when the build up for the Best Man was happening.
Yeah.
You know, it was some. You know.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah. So this wasn't really. It was a quirky thing.
Okay.
It just kind of appeared. You know, something that I know my brother and his friends watched at Brown. I know they did.
Absolutely. Yeah. So,
but he usually puts me on and stuff. So I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Go and they're Rhode Island. These guys are from Rhode Island.
That's right. All right. So what are the little things about this movie, Joe? Since we're talking about, you know, I guess, you know, it snuck up on your radar, but obviously, you know, this is I mean, so full disclosure, we were going to do another episode. We advertised another episode, but you know, we had some scheduling difficulties. So this one, you know, Joe hit me up. He's like, let's do another one on your list. And as soon as I said this, you were like, perfect. You know what I mean? So
I haven't watched it in 10 years, by the way, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
So I mean, I think that speaks to it. So what are
I've watched it 30. I've watched it like 40 times.
So what little things stand out about the movie to you, man?
Stiller is just so weak.
And ineffectual.
Totally ineffectual. An Ineffectual Nothing. That's from
Yeah.
oh gosh. Oh, what is my movie? I can't think of the name of that movie. Wow, I'm really getting old. But Dazed and Confused. Adam, I can think of his last name. Adam Goldman, I think it's.
Yeah.
I don't want to be an ineffectual nothing. All right, so yeah, but Stiller is just he has no confidence.
Mm-hmm.
He, no matter what, he's definitely fixated on Mary, and he hangs out with this group of people that also really have quote unquote no confidence.
Yeah.
And I don't think he really has friends. I think he thinks he does,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And he finally takes a shot and it works out. And then in an extraordinary set of circumstances, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And so I think the little thing for me is his authenticity of his awkwardness, his amazing awkwardness. I think the authenticity in his braces, the authenticity in his clothing, the authenticity is how surprised Stiller was really acting.
Yeah,
he really was. Stiller was bringing a great, and I love those little things he did. I love the period part in the 80s, when they were kids.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah.
Also, constantly just Frank and Beans throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, man.
Frank
Warren,
and Beans. Yeah, Warren's just special. Obviously, I'm not saying an unsung hero, but I think his inclusion in it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And Frank and Beans just he says it before they even see him. So in other words, he's been saying it all along.
Yeah.
Throughout without Stiller being there.
Yeah.
And then one other little thing for me was just how all these guys were obsessed with this woman, and they all had these crackpot odd ways of showing it instead of just being themselves. Mm-hmm. And just saying whatever they need to say to her about how they felt about her.
Yeah,
and looking up now, it might be crazy to think that all these people would go through these links for Cameron Diaz, but they did in at this time in a movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. And I'm a circle back to that, man. When we talk about our movie moments or whatever, I don't know exactly what to talk about it, but we need to make sure we do. For me, my little things about this movie are the details in the backgrounds. So like starting at Mary's house in that flashback, right? Like you look at the pictures in the bathroom or like next to the bathroom, like of the wedding with my man Keith David and Marky Post. Like he's got this big afro.
Keith David, Marky Post.
Man. They had the family pictures that how you had the collage of pictures and he's exactly. I knew you were right. Yeah, you had it queued up, man. Right. Exactly. That's it.
I knew you were going to bring this up. I was going to start with this, but I said no. There's going to be a moment. It's going to come up. Go ahead. I apologize.
So there, Jeffrey Tambor's apartment, and so in Jeffrey Tambor's, this is filth. There is a cocaine table. There is a boa constrictor on the kitchen table. His dog is in the refrigerator. And so there was supposed to be a plot line that they actually removed. Yeah. They removed this plot line from the movie where Jeffrey Tambor actually was supposed to have gotten eaten. Allegedly, the boa constrictor at first it ate the dog, and then I guess Jeffrey Tambor got high and it ate him. And by the end, it was just supposed to be the boa constrictor in the apartment. And I'm glad they cut that out. But at the same time, like knowing that, and looking back at that scene and seeing that boa constrictor. It is amazing.
Wasn't there dog crap?
There was dog crap. Yes.
Everywhere.
And it got worse as time went on. Like, so when they came back to his apartment, because I think when they came back to his apartment, he was supposed to be dead, according to if that was in there, right? And there was dog crap everywhere. Like it was just the filthiest apartment. And Jeffrey Tambor telling the story off a script. The script gets taken by the dog. Like it's just that incurable case of herpes.
It's slowly taking.
Right. He's like all those diseases, the raging case of herpes, of genital herpes. He's like, I cured a lot of things. Great save in that moment for my man Matt Dillon, man.
Oh, Dillon was on it, man.
Yeah,
man. He's probably closing up the Restaurant deal.
Yeah, man. And like, I mean, just okay. So, like, the fact that Ben Stiller, when he's cleaning the pipes, the material he's cleaning the pipes to, the bra page of the newspaper, the black and white newspaper ad for bras. It's like on some George Costanza level, like the contest, like
glamour.
Oh man. And like I'm thinking, like, and I'm thinking about how ridiculous at the time. I was thinking about like how ridiculous it was to lose your prize there at the end. And then you live long enough and those things happen and can happen. I've never had hair gel on my ear, but I'm not too proud to say that there have been some times where I may have lost my prize there somewhere and found it in opportune time. Yeah, so
I understand.
So
not I, but I understand.
Well,
but
yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It can't happen. It can't happen.
Calvin's a disgusting guy, guys. It's okay. It's okay.
Keep going.
But yeah, man. So like all these little like the things that come back and circle back at the end, like it rewards you on a second viewing. They nailed those things because like the surprise element of this movie, it's not like a suspense movie. You know what I mean? Like, but it hits you just as hard, in my opinion, as some of the surprise elements from an M. Night Shyamalan movie, like a Sixth Sense. Like, oh my gosh, if you look at this, all these details are here. If you pay attention to it, like Tucker and the things he says slyly to Mary. You pay no attention. I guarantee you, nobody. Oh God, I guarantee you, nobody pays any attention. I can't even begin to imagine. And okay, and then so the sight gags in the movie, incredible. This Magnus breasts, like just incredible sight.
I looked for it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. But
thank the Lord they may be.
Yes.
But yeah, man. I mean, like, so between the sight gags and the little things in the background, and it rewards repeat viewings of the movie
and the chorus,
and the Greek chorus, right? Like, it had these elements that were uncommon in popular comedy movies at the time, and put them together in a way that made this movie just hilarious and rewatchable. To borrow from other people, but like this is definitely one of my favorite movies to watch over and over and over again and catch something new. Like to your point, 40 times. Like just watch it over and over again, and be able to just kind of jump back into it with like easy recall. Like, oh man, this is we're on this part. I'm all the way in, man. So yeah,
every day is what is
every day is worse than the next.
So, every day is worse than the next. Like the one before, or every day's first. What kind? I don't know. I'll make them both. But make both. This is what I want, man. I want this. They're outside. It's cold. They're drinking beer outside in the cold. Like, what are y'all doing?
What are they doing? What are they doing, man?
I tell you this. I'm not outside watching the kids. No, we're inside.
No,
and I live in Atlanta.
Yeah,
we're inside.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. No, not outside in Rhode Island in the winter, drinking beers by the water. No, that's not happening. That's not happening at all. Yeah, man. All right, so let's talk, because I think this is going to be a sizable portion of the show. The unsung heroes of the movie.
I already know. Why don't you go ahead? Because I know who yours are.
Okay. Well, I mean, so first and foremost,
well, I don't know who yours are. I'm really curious about who yours are. Sorry. I'm scared.
First and foremost, man. I mean, he's not here a lot, but Keith David has to.
Hey,
I have to.
That
give
was
a
mine.
shout
He
out
was mine. He was mine.
I'm sorry to step on it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you why he's mine, and you can tell me why.
Don't be sorry. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the fact that he's arguing as he opens the door. He's what the fuck you are? Like, he's just like, just intimidating Ted, who we have already established is like, this weak, ineffectual guy. And, Ted almost is ready to turn tail and go home right then and there. And he's like, I'm just fucking with you. He's like, well, Woogie never. Woogie understood, he was so fucking funny. And then like, when Ted in his trying to be so kind to Warren with the baseball, No one sees the actual baseball, and so they presume he's attacking. And just like, he goes off on Ted, man. He like is ready to whoop Ted's ass essentially right there in that moment, man. He's like, "What are you doing?" And just gives Ted the business there. But then, when it comes time to do the manly things and comes in and finds out, about the Franks and Beans, he's there, to check on my man Ted. And his utter confusion at how he got the beings of other Franks and all these kind of things. It's just, he was perfect. He was perfect in that little moment. Really love. I wish there was more of Keith David in the movie. I was explaining to Nina a little bit earlier about how Keith David was in They Live. Have you seen They Live?
No.
Roddy Piper. Okay. Well, I won't belabor the point, but I've
not seen anything with Roddy Piper. No,
he is great. It's a John Carpenter film. He's great in it. Of course. Great in it. But anyway, I digress. All right. So my other unsung hero is my man Tucker. Tucker.
Yes.
Can you imagine how elaborate this man? So this man was a pizza guy
for years.
He was invested. He was invested in this lie. He was a pizza guy, delivers a pizza to an attractive woman, decides, hey, I'm going to change my entire persona in order to run the long con and stalk this woman. And he was a hater. He was blocking. Then
he went to her for treatment.
Actually broke his back so he could see the orthopedic surgeon. By the way, orthopedic surgery, that field in and of itself, not a lot of Mary Jensen's in that field, I want to say first and foremost. And some of my favorite people, shout out to my man Alex Jahangir and Keelan Miller, all these great orthos out there. No slight to you guys, but it's not a lot, and they'll tell you there's not a whole lot of Mary Jensen's in that field. So for her to be an orthopedic surgeon, just in and of itself is amazing. But broke his back to get into her treatment center. and
exactly.
And was savvy enough to make up lies that were just good enough to get the suspicion raised on Ted or on my man Healy, on Pat Healy, and just was incredible. Like Lee, and I didn't know all this history of Lee Evans, the guy that played Tucker. Apparently, like, so he was a British guy playing a Florida guy, pretending to be a British guy, right?
What?
Just think about the levels of this.
You're the biggest stalker of us all, man. Wait, hold up. Really? Yes, twice last year. He could have played Gregory from Yardale. Quite be honest.
Great. Let's go jump the hilly brush, Mary. Yeah. Dude, incredible, man. Hey, look, so my man Lee Evans, and so he was actually in a movie later that we went to go see together. One of the Maroon Tiger got opening night passes to The Ladies Man. You remember that?
Of course.
And he was one of the guys that was spurned by or was the Ladies Man was having his way with his woman. He was.
I didn't remember who was the Tiffany Amber Thiessen's husband.
No, that was Will Ferrell. He was. I don't think they showed who his wife was.
Okay, he was just mad. He was
mad. He was mad. He was one of the mad guys. So yeah, man. So those are my two main ones. I'm interested to hear. So tell me about your thoughts on Keith David and whoever else you have.
No, I just love Keith David because he's mad. He's just Keith David.
Yeah,
he's not. He's Keith David Platoon. He's Keith David Men at Work. He's Keith David. He's just Keith David, and I love him. He does not change. He is exactly the same. He's like a sphinx. He's exactly this. He consumes it all, but he pushes it right back out. I am Keith David. This is what I'm going to be. Mm-hmm. Deal with it. You got to act around me because I'm not doing anything. He comes to the door angry like his black father. Uh-huh. He can, particularly on when it was a lot going on. And I love the fact that just so naturally, there's humor in the fact that he answers the door and still it looks like, what? He looks.
Am I in the right place? Right.
Yeah, I'm at the right place.
Mary left 20 minutes ago with Wiggy.
She did? Right, he's still trying to
he's processing. He's still processing the fact that this black man
yeah, like this black man, not angry, but this angry.
He's angry.
His angry black man is at the door. Yeah, Woogie, her boyfriend. And then Marky Post, cute self, comes up and he's like, stop playing. And Cameron Diaz, Mary's like, Dad. I love the seamlessness. Like, we don't have to explain anything to you.
Yeah.
We're not explaining anything to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is calling Keith David her father. Okay.
Therefore.
There's not then some little curly headed kid that comes downstairs
right,
as well.
Right.
I don't know the etymology of this story. We never even see him again.
Yeah.
They did one. He and Marky probably did one day, maybe probably two because of the extra scene, because of the scene in the bathroom. But I just love how he was deadpan, pissed off. His 4 minutes in the film were extremely memorable. How'd you get the beans above the frame? Brilliant. and then the police officer says, "What the hell did you do?" Is that what he said? That what he says?
Yeah.
When he says it, a 1 and a 2 and
we got a bleeder.
You see it once, you will never forget it.
Yeah,
okay? Absolutely. They need to play this in like old folks' homes. All right, seriously, they would fall out of the chair laughing. There's straps on them, but brilliant, right?
Yeah.
So I love Keith David's take on that as her father, with no explanation of how long he'd been with Marky Post, with her mom, anything like that. They're just together, and it's cool, and it's just like, huh? It's just another joke. It's just another joke, like buried in the jokes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is what it is, and because he is such an amazingly proud black man, he's going to still be an amazingly proud black man in Rhode Island.
Absolutely.
So, but he is my unsung hero, and then he is my unsung hero 1. My unsung hero, like 1A or 1B, is the chorus.
Okay.
Because I think the second and third time we hear them, we're realizing that they're helping us along on the story.
Yeah.
They really are helping us along in the story, and so I really appreciated just their the Farrellys' love of storytelling that harkened back to a time when that chorus was so important.
Yeah.
Woody Allen made a film, Mighty Aphrodite, that had a Greek chorus in it. It was in '96, actually a couple years before this. In 96 or 95, 96, that had a chorus in it. And it was really cool because it kept the movie going. It explained some other things, but I really like how he used it in this, and they never got in the way. And even their demise in the end when they got shot.
Oh yeah. I love that.
When they got shot. So those are my 2 unsung heroes.
Okay. Those are all great ones. I don't want to finish without talking about her friend group with Sarah Silverman.
I was gonna say Candy and Sarah as well, but I left that alone. I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you.
Man, that little friend group was great. Anytime I can get some Candy Alexander, she's so unsung.
Especially peak. That's peak. Anytime between A Different World and that time, actually. Different World, House Party 3.
Yep.
Any of those times. Sugar Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, look.
What's going on there?
Kane's mom, she was all over, man. She was
all over the place.
Yeah. And an unknown at that time, Sarah Silverman. I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, she was unknown.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that was it. I think they were still with Garofalo at the time. I think he was dating Janine Garofalo at the time.
Okay.
But that was doing a solid for the. That's doing a solid for the comedy.
And I know she's one of your HBO people, man. She's Mr. Show and Larry Sanders and all that kind of stuff. So
Janine definitely.
Well, Silverman too. Silverman was one of those. She had a guest appearance on Sanders.
I think that was like Carson for them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like people came through. It's crazy the number of cameos.
Yeah.
Yeah, the number of cameos that have been playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I'm watching, the number of cameos that I see, it's like Bob Odenkirk is Larry's agent. He's dating Janine Garofalo. Just the people that Martin Mull lives next door. But seriously, the people who were like Chappelle was on.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like 94, 95 Chappelle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he was like, oh, I'm just about to start to make it. And he was on after Robin Hood had been in tights.
Yeah.
We're men in tights. I worked in the movie theater that summer, so I saw that more times than anybody ever has. But yeah, okay, so that's not surprising. But
okay.
Yeah, I really like that film. I like that film.
Okay. All right. And then gotta give a shout out to Lynn Shay. The sister of Bob Shay from New Line Cinemas. She's incredible as Magda. Just disgusting.
Floridian is just mocha brown.
Yeah, there you go. That's you have one idea about what a Florida beach woman looks like, and then this is the reality. This is her, and she was all over that. Incredible, licking Puffy at times. She's never afraid to just go all the way there in any of her roles, which I appreciate, because you seen Kingpin, right? So she's so disgusting in Kingpin, and it's like this is a step up almost for her. Like she's classy in this. And then finally, my guy Harlan Williams. Speaking of Dave Chappelle, one of his Kenny, the school teacher, as the hitchhiker, the 7 minute abs. I mentioned 7 minute abs probably way more than anybody else on the planet at this point, and no one ever gets it. I'm like, unless somebody says 6 minute abs, and I'm like, I do a little freak out, and nobody gets it. Nobody understands that that's from that little moment of dialogue in the film, as the serial killer, and he's like, 7 little 7 little film I sitting in a row. Like he's nuts, and he's incredible. He plays that part to a T.
What was the actor who did that?
That was Harlan Williams. So he was Kenny, the school teacher in Half Baked. He's the one that gets locked up in Half Baked for killing
yeah.
butter stuff.
He's the
Butternuts.
All
right. That horse was a diabetic.
Love you, Buck.
With no love. With no love.
Love. Let's go.
Nasty Nathan Squirrel Master. Yeah. That's that. My man Harlan Williams. I love him. So anyway, all right. So Joe, tell me about your favorite moments in the movie, man. What are your favorite scenes?
I love all the sight gags, man. Like the one I'm looking at, the one I have behind me now, with for those who are listening, with the hook, the fish hook that's like in his mouth. He's going in for the kiss, and he gets hit by the fish hook, and it's just constantly put down. I mean, Stiller is just. Anytime Stiller is about to go up in points, there you go. He's about to go up in points, and then he gets knocked back down by life. I love all those sight gags. Honestly, my favorite when Brett Favre comes in, and Dylan was like, "What the hell is Brett Favre doing? Brett Favre? He's like, what the hell is Brett Favre doing here?" And
he's like, "I'm here to play."
He's so big and awkward. He's so big and awkward. I love you, Mary. Hi, Mary. I love you, Mary. It's like, yeah. I call Brett. Like, what are you calling Brett? Why are you doing that? He said, "Hey, I wish you the best." And she's looking at him. I mean, it's an amazing gesture. It is. Let me tell you something. That's strong. It's an amazing gesture.
Yeah.
He's still on the rookie deal, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe he's on the second deal. He's probably on the second deal. He's probably on the second deal.
He's
he's a champ by that point.
He's a champ.
He's pulling down, good money. He's still on the painkillers because he's thick.
Yeah.
Doughy a little bit.
Yeah.
He looked like he was way off season in that film. But when Stiller is walking outside crying, Ted is crying. Like
crying his eyes out, literally crying his eyes out.
Scene.
Yeah.
She comes back for something.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it was like his keys." Or something, like he left his keys or something like that.
Yeah.
Favorite scene in the film.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's like, "I tried it. I failed. I did the grand gesture. Okay. I just got to live with it. Yeah. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to have me a good cry, and I'm going to go back to Providence and try to pull myself back together. Yeah. Because I've left everything I know." other great line in the film when he's like, well, why did we catch up? And she's like, oh, didn't we just didn't we just
right. Which she got from Keith David. Like, I'm fucking with you, Ted. Like, that whole sense of humor.
Like, Ted, I need you. Like, come on. I mean, and it's like, what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm just gonna watch Sports Center. Whatever she says. But those are my favorite. Those are my favorite scenes. That and seeing. I got to get the right character name here. What was Matt Dillon's character's name? Seeing Healy.
Pat Healy. Yeah.
Seeing Pat like plow through those guys playing football.
Yo,
I thought that he's the worst human being. And he just showed how
the worst human being on the
worst human being, and he just plows through the guys as he's playing football. And it was nuts.
Yeah,
it was nuts. Actually, and then probably my third favorite scene, you already talked about it, was him and Sully, reading the thing and knowing that she was listening, knowing that she was listening.
Yeah,
and I thought it was great. That and then when old boy said, "Yes, I went twice last year." I thought that was.
You've been to Santiago, Chile? Oh, the stadium, the Olympic Stadium. all right. He's just on every turn. He's getting them.
Yeah. I'm an architect. I'm an architect too.
I love it.
Which goes, it's good stanza like, I'm an architect.
So I got something for you, Joe. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. So the Farrelly brothers actually wrote one of the best episodes of Seinfeld.
Of course. Which one?
The Contest. Oh no, I'm sorry, not the Contest. The Version. They wrote the version. They wrote the version which led up to the contest, right? So Larry David wrote the contest, but the Version, Marla the Virgin.
And then later she goes. I just watched season 1, episode 1 of Frasier. I hadn't watched it since college. Season 1, episode 1. I hadn't watched it since, gosh, it was sophomore year, freshman year of college. Freshman or sophomore. I think I started in '94, along with friends. But yeah, that was a great episode.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Indeed.
And I love it when the pilot hit. What was it? Scene when she says, "Oh, John, come back to bed." What was that? When, like, because John Kennedy Jr. Like,
oh yeah.
It was the finale.
Was it the finale?
I want to say it was the finale, but I'm probably wrong.
It may be.
Because I think that because they showed everybody.
Yeah.
And they were on trial for the Good Samaritan law that they'd violated.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which was a horrible finale, and they were right to pan it. But Larry was gone.
Yeah, and he made up for it on Kurt. But that's
he would have reined that back. He would have reined that back in. Yeah. So back to your favorite scenes. I'm sorry.
All right. So my favorite scenes, man. The first date with Healy, with Puffy. For the fact that he took the painstaking time to stalk her beforehand to understand that Puffy was the key, and to sedate Puffy, but to over sedate Puffy, get him to the point where he has to, he's giving him CPR, he takes the plug from the lamp and jump starts and defibrillates Puffy, splashes water on him because he set him on fire, and then. You got a butt cake?
Wraps him up.
Can you don't stay away from the light after he ordered a beer? He wanted a beer, but stay away from the light. Like, just so great. So much good stuff happening there. So much good stuff.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant writing.
The counter to that, when Ted
Stiller
Puffy,
he gives him those.
Oh my gosh, man.
I'm sorry, when you say that, all I can see is the claws. I see his fingers. The wood coming up. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Puffy was a monster. He was a beast, man. Hey.
Yeah, he got him jacked up.
So great, man. So those two scenes in like kind of in contrast to one another, I really love. I love the meetings with the girls, and and the first time when Healy's sitting behind him, kind of ear hustling. And she cracks the joke. Yeah, cracks the joke about the dildo. Yeah. And he's laughing, like, just that whole scene is great. The the road trip that Ted takes from Rhode Island down, every aspect of that is funny, from the hitchhiker to stopping at stopping at the rest stop after the psychiatrist, played by the great Richard Jenkins, had told him,
Many.
mini. And I peeped that this time on this viewing, how many minis he said. Like,
yes. We'll dive into that next time. Anytime Richard Jenkins is in your movie, he doesn't do bad movies.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Other than Eddie.
Richard Jenkins is amazing. If he's in your movie, it's a good prognostic indicator. So yeah, that whole scene and the fact that he's getting head from his wife, and he's like, "See, I told you he's gay."
Yeah,
he pushes her head back down, watching Cops.
Yeah,
he wakes up in prison the next day, like cuddling with the guy. You know, the police officers giving him the business in the interrogation room.
He's slamming his head. Yeah.
And then, you know, Woogie picks him up, and, you know, he's starting to have the hives and everything like that. Like, just that whole segment is just hilarious to me. The road trip from hell. And then to get down to Miami and to see Mary and have Woogie, like, just put him on blast. And then finally at the end, when Woogie shows up, and the big reveal is made that Don Woogienowski is the titular Woogie from back in the day. And, you know, I find it hard to believe he was like a star quarterback or anything along those lines. But, you know,
it's Harvard.
Sure. The shoe fetish.
Why don't you give me a little signature on this one?
All right. He called her like a heartless bitch or something, like when he was getting the signature.
yeah.
Woogie, man. Just Chris Elliott
was on fire. Chris Elliott, he was on fire.
At his very best, man. This is, I mean, you know,
he was on fire.
So those scenes are really the biggies for me. I mean, we talked about the Franklin Bean scene. I want to talk just a bit about Warren. Couldn't make that role nowadays, but completely culturally insensitive. You know what I mean? But I want to say that, like, you know, his character was based on a real guy that the Fairley brothers knew, and that guy was one of the guys in the what do you call it, the center that Warren was a part of, that she was contributing to.
Right.
The guy Freddie that kisses her on the cheek. That is who Warren is actually based on. That was the guy they grew up with. And
oh wow.
Yeah. And so, like,
when she says, like, "Oh no, you're my boyfriend." Oh, you're my boyfriend.
That guy. So, you know, although it was very insensitive, and like the things that Healy said, especially, like, I mean, talking about, you know, keeping them in cages and leashes and all this kind of, like, I mean, it's just horribly insensitive stuff. What I did find true about it, and I don't know, man, like in my neighborhood, there were a couple of guys that were, you know, that were special needs guys that were just kind of around and known in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? And there would be people that would be dicks and jerks to him, you know what I mean? And there were people that were like, you know, just regular, decent human beings that understood, like, you know, I mean, like, you know, it's just all types of people out here, man. And, you know, and what I loved about Ted was how he recognized, you know, he saw Warren being bullied, jumped in and protected Warren. And Warren always remembered him, you know, like, he's like, "Oh, Ted, there's Ted," you know, and Frankston Beans, you know, like, you know, the piggyback rides, all of that. I thought that really it rang kind of true in a weird way to some of the experiences that I had growing up with, like, you know, it was a guy Zeeley in the neighborhood. It was, you know, he was on the spectrum. He was, you know, but he would come by and play baseball. All he wanted to do was come by and play baseball. He wasn't like a dangerous guy, you know what I mean? At least as far as I knew, you know. And so it just was. It was something that, like, you know, you didn't see too often in movies. I thought the representation overall was it's still pretty bad. But I appreciated that element of it, and at least showing how Ted's humanity was brought out in that. I don't know if you have some contrary thoughts to it, or how you feel about it.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
You stated it beautifully. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And it just showed another reason why he was a great guy, because he was just a great guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So I appreciated the total contrast between him and Healy in that, and again, he was a great guy because he's a great guy.
Yeah, sure. Couldn't do that nowadays in films. So,
no, you can't. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make that,
No. So, what are like? Do you have any particular lines or anything like that you find to be hilarious or anything?
I've mentioned them.
Okay.
But I mean, other than like, I just like what she said. Didn't we just catch up? I mean, didn't we just do that? I thought that was great. I like that when he's probably down there wrapping up the Rice-A-Roni deal. He's probably just like little like
so
believing these lies. Twice last year. Those are those little. They're not even full jokes, but to me they were hilarious. Like, what are you talking? What you were there twice last year?
Yeah.
Like, who goes to Santiago, Chile twice in a year, man? So, but just the little one-liners that were just. I thought the film was full of them.
Yeah,
and it made it wildly entertaining. It still does. It makes it wildly entertaining.
Yeah, in that way, it holds up very well. Extremely funny. Part. And those, that part. A couple of other little tidbits and like kind of like trivia things. So, the zipper thing really happened to one of the Fairley's friends growing up.
Sure.
And their dad was a doctor. And he was the one that actually came in and helped out in the bathroom. But apparently, like when they were in the 8th grade, that happened. Owen Wilson was in play for possibly playing the Ted role, which I can't see at all.
I don't see it.
And then Vince Vaughn was supposed to maybe be Healy. Initially, everything in Bill Murray.
I see that.
Bill Murray was too old. So then they thought about Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Murray was too old. I could see Vaughn doing it.
Yeah, I can't see that.
I can see him killing that. Although I think Dylan was perfect, but I can see Vaughn. I can see Vaughn stepping right in there, knowing the tone, knowing the beat, and getting it down. Actually, I can see like 2001 and 2002 Vaughn, but 98 Vaughn, sure, he can do it too.
Drew Bledsoe was considered for the quarterback because these guys are Rhode Island guys, But
I like that it was Favre.
Yeah. And then finally, Chris Farley was up for Warren, and Chris Farley would have taken it too far. He would have done the ironically the Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder. I don't think I need to say any further.
You don't need to.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
But I couldn't agree more.
Man. So and this movie was the critics.
I can see Jack Black doing. I could
totally see Jack Black doing it, and that's the crazy thing is because Jack Black's one of their guys later on.
He's got range. Jack Black has. Jack Black has range.
Yeah, he's in a lot of Fairley Brothers stuff later, but totally could have done that. So there's all of that stuff, man. And then, like I love the fact that you mentioned the Greek chorus. Jonathan Richman is the singer's name that is like doing the Greek chorus the entire time. And the fact that
until I looked a little research, excuse me, I thought it was them.
I did too. I actually did too. I thought it was the Fairley Brothers.
Until today.
Yeah.
I thought it was the brothers. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no problem. And then I wanted to make sure I mentioned my man Willie Garson from
Willie Garson. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Zitface, man.
He had the worst wig.
He did. But I love the continuity of the zits. So you knew who he was from his childhood, from his teenage years.
True. God bless Willie. Rest in peace, Willie Garson.
Yeah, man.
I had love for him as Sanford Blatch, and then I loved him on White Collar, which is a show that I used to enjoy heavily. When I first started working at UGA, I had USA. I had like free cable at my apartment, and but to a point. And White Collar was like my. I used to love that show.
Interesting.
And he was like the quartermaster for the guy.
I get White Collar and like Silk Stockings. All these shows kind of like they are.
It's the Burn Notice.
Okay. And Burn
Psych.
Notice. Yes.
Psych.
And Monk.
Yeah. Monk ran for like forever.
Stole all of Steve Carell's Emmys, as we noted on the previous Open Tabs episode, which you guys should listen to, our Office episode. Incredible episode.
Yeah. I think we could do it. I think we could do like 5 more Office episodes.
We
or
could.
At least
3. We probably should actually.
Well, we're going.
Let's yeah.
It's not in February. It's not in February.
Right. Sure. I'm gonna watch the supersized episodes. The
You should 1 through 4.
Yeah. So all right.
It's a whole new world.
At this point, I think we should hash out Cameron Diaz, man, because like.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. This is your thing. Go for it.
Well, okay. So for me, like I was never.
You're a fair old sport.
Huh?
Is you a fair old sport? Go ahead. Is you a fair old sport? That's my Jay Gatsby. Please keep going.
I wasn't a fan. Like The Mask, I didn't get it. But in this movie, for whatever reason, Cameron Diaz was incredible. Like I don't have season tickets to Cameron Diaz, but if I can get Mary Jensen, I'm all in, man. Like, you know, she's there's something about her, something about Mary in this film, like just her personality, all of it was just like, you know, it was, you know, I don't know whether, you know,
delightful. It's delightful.
Delightful is the word. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. She was delightful.
Truly like an ingenue on the make in this film.
Correct. Seemed very genuine.
And I thought it seemed like that's her.
Yeah.
I mean, she was just like super sweet.
Yeah.
Super nice. Like, of course everybody's in love with this woman.
Yeah.
She's an orthopedic surgeon who cares for her brother, who's you know, who cares for her brother and other special needs and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
She plays golf.
Yeah.
She drinks beer. She watches ESPN. She loves football.
Yeah.
She's a Niners fan. That's her only real problem. She's a Niners fan. And I just want to show you I've watched the film.
Yes.
And and so what was not to like, right?
Yeah. No, she was incredible. So in this one moment in time, give me one moment in time.
Hey, you go. Here's your stuff coming out now.
Hey, man, she's great. And then, you know, later on I get being John Malkovich in Vanilla Sky, and it's back to normal. You know, the magic's gone. But for one moment, she had the magic. You know, and any given Sunday, obviously, you know me. You know, yeah, exactly.
Which she shot probably like right after this.
Yeah. She did Any Given Sunday and being John Malkovich after this. And but she got a Golden Globe nomination for this, and you know, well earned. Yeah,
she was great in this.
She was great. Yeah. So
I don't have season ticket fans. I don't have season tickets to Cameron Diaz. Yeah. I don't have really season tickets to anybody in this film except for we've talked about Tambor, but I understand the current revelations. But it wasn't like, oh, Jeff Tambor's in it, I'm gonna watch a movie. It's right. I'm currently binging Larry Sanders, and I mean, Hank Kingsley. Well, anyway, I'm not even going to that. But what I'm saying is, I couldn't agree more with you about this. I don't not like her in stuff. Mm. I didn't see what everybody was fawning over. Right. Then I saw this, and I was like, oh, she has the capacity to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm a stan of Chris Elliott. I'll find a way to get another Chris Elliott project in here.
Sure. Good luck on that.
Get some scary movie too. My strong hand, my other hand, my strong hand. I love Chris Elliott. I
think I saw a scary movie like 2001. I saw that in Brooklyn with a motley crew of people. It was a very interesting crew. I'll talk about that later.
That movie was wild, man.
Oh, I snatched some Chinese food in the theater and had some rib tips, and I got them all over my clothes because I couldn't see. I missed a lot of it.
The imagery of this is hilarious to me, Joe. This is
bad. It's just like a little bag. It was like a little aluminum bag, you know, like keep it warm or whatever.
Yeah.
All bad.
Oh man, the African American urge to bring in some Chinese food to a theater.
Foodstuffs.
Yeah, foodstuffs.
It was New York. No rules.
No rules. There are no rules. There are no rules, Chazzy. Oh man. All right.
Anything else?
I don't think there's anything else, man. You know, next week is February, man. So you know what that means.
I do. It's Black History Month. 28 Days of Greatness. And we'll also probably have an Oscar show in there. Because the nominations come out.
They do. I'm excited.
We'll have Derek back for that.
I'm excited. I hope I've seen some. I hope I've seen most of them.
I hope I've seen some of them too. I haven't seen it much.
I don't know.
I got a link to House of Gucci. I still haven't cranked that thing up. I got to crank that thing up. It might have expired.
Yeah, Amanda told me. Amanda watched it and said it was incredible. I need to see it. So if Amanda says I need to see it, then I guess I need to see it. So
should have been for costume design.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Costume
design. Yeah. There you go. I see I'm picking up what you're putting down, Joe.
Thank you.
So you're up, man. So where are we going?
I don't know. I got to look back at the list.
Okay. That's fair.
Because I literally don't know.
That's fair.
But I look forward to it. And I look forward to recording
so guys, no,
another episode.
If you're listening to the Open Tabs podcast in February, we were doing only black movies, guys. That's
blackity black, and I'm black now,
and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black, and I'm black, y'all. Hey, look, you know what it is. You know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So, at any rate, Joe, this is always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Joe.
Likewise, brother. And likewise, brother.
I'm Calvin Smith. He's Joe Carlos, and we are the Open Tabs podcast. Until next time, we are out.